morning, everybody. Yeah. Um, I'm going to present two studies that done by Vera Files on disinformation. Um, but first, let's agree on what was the definition of fake news. Diba? Kasi, so in Vera Files, we define fake news as falsified information disguised as news spread through one or several platforms, including social media, to deliberately deceive the audience and advance political, ideological, social, or economic interest. The, the operating word, very important operating words are deliberately deceive. Yeah. It's manufactured it's not something that was innocently. We make mistakes sometimes, when we publish, but fake news is, the word is deliberately deceived. So the first study that I'm going to present is, well, Verifiles, as you know, is one of the three Facebook fact checkers in the country. Aside from Verifiles, there's Rappler and Agence France Presse. So what we did is, one of our editors, Jake Soriano, analyzed 193 online posts over the period of April to October 2018. And the findings are, online disinformation is overwhelmingly political. 8 in 10 deceptive posts are about political issues, figures, while the motivation of the rest are either purely economic or unclear. Yeah. When I say economic, something like people coming out with posts like cure for, like you can have this drink for you get thin within a week, something like that, diba? Ang dami-dami niyan sa Facebook, or cure for balding, something like that. So yan mga pang-economic interest yun. So next. Yeah, most of the pages spreading online disinformation bear the words Duterte, Marcos, or news in their names. So out of the 193, we have Duterte's 60 pages had the name Duterte, and then 13 pages had the name Marcos. Then next. And then at least 19 pages of the shared fake news purport to be legitimate sources of news. So these are some of the accounts that carry those fake news. And then next. Yeah. The target of the disinformation are usually the opposition figures. Number one, their favorite is Leni Robredo, then Risa Ontiveros, Trillanes, Liberal Party, the Aquino family, there. Next. They almost always rely on deception strategies that are crude in execution, but are very effective in stirring up strong emotions that reinforce deep-rooted biases. Usually the grammar is bad, and usually it's in all caps, diba? Parang sumisigaw. Yeah, then next. These are some of the 60 pages that shared. See, the network is really wide. So these are some of the 60 pages that shared the disinformation having Duterte in their names. So, ang dami-dami nila. Then next. Yan. One of the accounts, Duterte Warriors, has been flagged repeatedly by Verifiles factors as a top, which has been flagged by Verifiles as a top share of several misleading reports published by dubious sites. Is one of the accounts in the network of Nick Gabunada, which was recently taken down by Facebook for coordinated inauthentic behavior. Nick Gabunada, as you know, is was in charge of the Duterte social media campaign during the 2016 campaign. Uh, at least 13 pages that shared fake news bear Marcos in their names. Next to Duterte, Marcos. Then these are some of the accounts that we saw as spreading fake news. Next, now next. Let can we run the video? Okay. Now, the other study that we did was we looked into, it was Celine Samson, I think Chin is here. Chin looked into the possible connections between ads and websites producing fake news through AdSense code. So, those who have blog sites, you will know what AdSense codes are. Web publishers and YouTube channel owners may use Google AdSense to earn from their sites through advertisements. So publishers are issued a code to place on their web to display. The AdSense come from Google. So you use that. That's where you, every time you accept ads, their payment to you goes to that. If you have a code, that's where the payment of Google goes to you. So you are assigned a code. So what Chin found in her study of okay, next. So from April to December, Verifile's fact check debunked 236 fake news reports that circulated on Facebook. 87% of these stories came from 139 websites. So 236 fake news, only 139 websites. Almost half of these sites had 22 common AdSense codes. Each ad code was used by 2 to 9 websites, which some using more than one code. This suggests that maybe that only one person or organization behind each group of sites has a common code. An example. The ad code shared by most number of websites. That's the code is found in PinoyNews.info, DU30community.info, and 7 others. So Duterte, the political opposition, and the Aquinos are 3 main subjects of its stories. Of the 18 stories produced by 9 websites, 3 distinct topics emerge. Those that fabricate or twist current events to show that Rodrigo Duterte, to show President Duterte in a good light. Those targeting opposition senators and Vice President Leni Robredo, and those that target the Aquinos. This is one good example. These are 3 fake news accounts. The first 2 were produced by DU30community.info. came out in April 21 and 24. And the third one was produced by Pinoy News Info on May 3. All these three have common AdSense code. So that means it's only owned by one person. So, in fact, there's one site, Loyal Group. It has 4,000 FB accounts, only one AdSense. So in dami-dami nila. So, and then next, most of the sites they carry legitimate news. And these are some of the sources of materials. So, I'd like to take note the fourth one, Nino Barzaga. So, he has a blog, and then it's carried by several fake news FB accounts. So next, last October, Facebook announced its first takedown. I think they took down something like 95. That was the first takedown of 95 pages, I think. And then so Cesar Chavez of the ZRH was able to contact him because he was complaining why his accounts were taken down by Facebook. So he was being interviewed on the ZRH, and Cesar Chavez called me up to react to his complaints that his accounts were taken down. And I said, I'm not speaking for Facebook. As a fact checker, we don't delete, we don't block. We just classify posts as false, true, misleading, or satire. So we don't delete and we don't block. So, but he was complaining that of the 90 plus accounts that the Facebook took down, several of those accounts were his. So Cesar was reading. He said, "This Duterte DDS.po, is this yours?" And he said, "Yeah, that's mine." And then he said, "Duterte active blah blah blah." And then he said, "Yeah, that's mine." And then another one. And he said, and so Cesar said, "So you have 3 Facebook accounts?" And he said, and you said, "No, I have 22." He said. So then Cesar said, "You have 22 Facebook accounts?" He said, "What do you do? I mean, what's your profession?" He said, "No, I don't work." He said. So that's his career, Is he a troll? I don't know if that's the definition of a troll. So, kinarir niya na yun, yung mag-troll. So anyway, right after the radio interview, I got this message. So I don't know if that's his number or not, but I got that. So apparently it's really. So anyway, that's one of the occupational hazards of being a fact checker. But fact checking can be fun and fulfilling, and we will show that to you in later this afternoon when we launch the handbook on fact checking. It's fact checking is something that it can be meaningful, it can be fulfilling, and it can be fun. So that's all that that's all that I can share to you this morning.